Elon Musk's appearance on The View was nothing short of highly anticipated. As the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Musk's presence in the media is always a point of contention. He's known for his unfiltered opinions and his ability to ignite debates across social platforms, from his controversial tweets to his influence on the tech world. But when Musk sat down with the hosts of The View, a daytime talk show that thrives on political discourse and bold opinions, no one quite knew how the dynamic would unfold, especially with Behar, one of the show's most outspoken personalities, in the mix. For weeks leading up to the interview, the media buzzed with excitement and speculation about what would transpire between Musk and Behar. Musk's recent comments on everything from politics to technology had already made waves, and Behar is known for her sharp tongue and no-holds-barred approach to discussing issues. The stage was set for a clash between two figures with large, but very different, fan bases. Musk, often seen as a disruptor of industries, and Behar, a longtime host known for her liberal political views and unapologetic commentary, were two forces that seemed bound to collide. The View is a platform that has been known for its spirited discussions on topics like politics, social justice, and gender equality. However, it has also earned its fair share of controversy over the years, especially with the host's tendency to challenge public figures, especially those whose views differ from their own. It's clear that a confrontation on this stage wasn't just possible, it was practically inevitable, given the personalities involved. The day of the interview arrived, and viewers from all over the country tuned in with high expectations. Musk had already made headlines for his tweets and business moves, but this was a different kind of spectacle. On a national stage, Musk's clash with Behar would be a highly charged moment, sparking debates about power, influence, and the role of public figures in today's polarized society. What made this clash even more interesting was the fact that it wasn't just another celebrity spat. This was a conversation between a billionaire tech mogul, who's been known to challenge the norms of Silicon Valley and the media, and a veteran talk show host who has always positioned herself as a champion for liberal ideals. The stakes were high, and the potential for fireworks was undeniable. As the cameras rolled, the tension between Musk and Behar began to build. Musk, who is not one to back down from a challenge, appeared poised to defend his views. Behar, on the other hand, known for her candidness, didn't hold back either. The atmosphere in the studio was thick with anticipation as the interview began, with many expecting a clash that would go down in talk show history. Little did the audience know, the explosive moment was about to unfold, a moment that would not only go viral but also spark conversations for weeks to come. The stage was set for a clash of ideologies, and the world was watching. The stage was set, and what followed was nothing short of dramatic. Elon Musk, the billionaire tech mogul, and Behar, the longtime co-host of The View, had their much-anticipated showdown. From the very first moment of their interaction, it was clear that tensions were running high. Both figures are no strangers to controversy, but what unfolded in that studio took everyone by surprise. Musk, known for his directness and often brash demeanor, was there to discuss his businesses, innovations, and vision for the future. But as the conversation shifted to politics and social issues, things took an unexpected turn. Behar, who has built a reputation for being outspoken and liberal, wasted no time challenging Musk on his views, particularly on topics like climate change, the role of big tech in society, and the responsibilities of billionaires. Musk, who is often a target of criticism for his unconventional ideas and large influence, responded in his signature style, calm but cutting. What happened next wasn't just a difference of opinions, it was an outright clash of ideologies. Behar, in her usual sharp-tongued manner, pressed Musk on his stance about social responsibility, particularly his publicized positions on government regulations and the environment. Musk, known for his unconventional political views and a tendency to push back against conventional wisdom, took issue with Behar's framing of the conversation. His frustration was evident, but it wasn't until Behar pressed him further that things reached a boiling point. In a tense exchange, Musk's demeanor shifted from calm to visibly irritated. Behar continued to challenge him on his recent comments about the tech industry and his approach to government intervention, pressing Musk on whether he truly believed that private companies should operate without oversight. Musk's response? A blunt, unfiltered reply that seemed to push Behar's buttons. The room grew silent, and everyone could feel the building tension. It was in that moment that Musk made the decision to walk off the set. The audience gasped as Musk stood up abruptly, signaling the end of the interview. He didn't say much. His body language said it all. For someone who's often known for his public stances and willingness to face scrutiny, Musk's exit was telling. It wasn't just a moment of frustration. It was a dramatic statement that sent shockwaves through the studio. Behar, taken aback but unflinching, made a few remarks about the incident, but the damage had already been done. The viral video of Musk walking off the set spread like wildfire, with clips circulating on social media almost instantly. Reactions poured in from all corners of the internet. Some applauded Musk's decision to leave, while others criticized him for walking out in the face of a challenging debate. Behar, on the other hand, stood firm in her position, continuing to voice her opinions, even if Musk wasn't there to respond. What started as a regular appearance on a daytime talk show turned into an explosive moment that would go down in TV history. The clash between Musk and Behar wasn't just about politics. It was a clash of personalities, worldviews, and egos. And in the aftermath, both Musk and Behar were left to deal with the fallout from their heated exchange. As the dust settled from Elon Musk's dramatic exit from The View, the media frenzy began. The viral moment, where Musk walked off the set after a heated exchange with Behar, took on a life of its own, flooding news outlets, social media, and internet forums. What was supposed to be a straightforward talk show appearance turned into one of the most talked about incidents in recent media history. And as expected, the reactions were mixed, with Musk and Behar both facing scrutiny and praise from various corners of the public. Within hours, clips of Musk walking off the set circulated across platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The viral nature of the moment fueled an intense debate. Was Musk justified in walking away from a difficult conversation, or did he simply avoid tough questions? Supporters of Musk rallied behind him, praising his decision to leave a conversation that seemed to be going nowhere productive. They argued that Behar's challenges were not only confrontational but bordered on personal attacks, and that Musk had no obligation to entertain such hostility. To them, Musk's exit symbolized a refusal to be bullied by the media establishment. On the other side, Behar supporters saw the incident as a moment of strength and a victory for women and liberal viewpoints in a space often dominated by tech moguls and conservative figures. They accused Musk of evading the difficult questions about his business practices and political beliefs. Behar, they argued, was only doing her job, holding him accountable for his public statements and actions. Some even dubbed Musk's exit as a cowardly move, arguing that true leaders should be able to handle tough conversations, especially when they involve important societal issues. The media didn't shy away from stoking the fire. Major outlets like CNN, Fox News, and even late-night talk shows pounced on the incident, analyzing every word, gesture, and pause during the exchange. In the following days, political commentators and media personalities weighed in, further dividing public opinion. Some saw the incident as a mere spectacle, a clash of personalities with no deeper meaning. But others framed it as a larger commentary on the role of billionaires in society, and whether they are truly accountable to the public. Meanwhile, Musk's own social media presence exploded in the aftermath. He tweeted, sharing his side of the story and offering a brief justification for his actions. In his tweet, he expressed frustration with the way the media twisted his words and framed the conversation. His followers, many of whom admire his unconventional approach to business and politics, voiced their support, turning the incident into a rallying cry for free speech and transparency in the tech industry. However, Behar's response was more subdued. She didn't take to social media to directly address Musk's walk-off but instead continued with her role on The View, unapologetically expressing her views. The media may have criticized Musk for avoiding confrontation, but Behar's unapologetic stance solidified her position as a strong, unapologetic voice for progressive values. In the end, the media frenzy around this clash only intensified the polarizing effect it had on the public. What started as a heated debate between two individuals turned into a cultural flashpoint, forcing audiences to question not just Musk and Behar's views but the very nature of political discourse in the media. The viral moment, it seemed, was far from over, and its impact would reverberate in the days and weeks that followed. The media firestorm that followed Elon Musk's dramatic walk-off from The View was as intense as the clash itself. What was expected to be just another celebrity interview had spiraled into a political and cultural flashpoint, and now both Musk and Behar were left to deal with the consequences. The aftermath of Musk's exit would continue to dominate headlines and social media discussions, forcing both figures to confront the fallout from their heated exchange. For Musk, the walk-off was more than just a moment of frustration. It was a statement. Despite the backlash, his supporters rallied behind him, praising his decision to leave rather than endure a one-sided, confrontational interview. His exit, they argued, was a refusal to be bullied by the media, a stance that echoed his broader philosophy of defying the status quo. Musk took to social media to defend his actions, framing the moment as an example of standing up for free speech and rejecting what he saw as biased questioning. His followers, particularly those in the tech world and libertarian-leaning circles, saw Musk as a champion of independence and a voice against the increasingly polarizing political climate. But Behar, ever the unapologetic voice of liberalism, wasn't going to let the situation slide. After the interview, she continued to assert her stance on the issues that had sparked the clash, particularly Musk's views on government regulations, climate change, and corporate accountability. Behar supporters were quick to criticize Musk for walking off, arguing that he was avoiding important questions about his responsibility as a public figure and business mogul. For them, Behar had done her job, challenging Musk's views in a way that was both necessary and uncomfortable. The media frenzy didn't let up either. Major outlets like CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC all weighed in, offering contrasting takes on the situation. Political commentators and media personalities lined up to either defend Musk's exit or side with Behar's stance on holding him accountable. The incident became a case study in political polarization, with both sides digging in their heels. For some, Musk's walk-off was a symbol of the deepening divide between the tech elite and mainstream media. For others, it was a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked corporate power. As the dust settled, the incident raised broader questions about the role of public figures in today's political landscape. Was Musk justified in walking off a show that didn't align with his views, or did his actions reflect a deeper issue with engaging in constructive dialogue? Behar, for her part, continued to do what she does best, assert her beliefs, even in the face of backlash. In the long run, the fallout from the clash between Musk and Behar served as a microcosm of the larger cultural and political divide that has been shaping public discourse for years. It wasn't just about a moment on television. It was about two powerful figures symbolizing opposing sides of a much larger debate. And though the immediate aftermath of the interview may have settled, the ripple effects continued to be felt, with each side using the incident to solidify their narrative in the ongoing battle over free speech, accountability, and the power of media in